Kobe Bryant for me was honestly my greatest role model, probably the human I revered most. I mean, I can't think of a single person that I think as an incredible of a human as Kobe Bryant in history. Obviously, there are humans that have done greater things and achieved more monumental things. I understand that. But for someone who went after their specific goals, went after their dreams, I think Kobe Bryant is the epitome of just that person. When I moved back to the United States in about 1997, it was essentially Michael Jordan's last year, and I loved basketball and I loved Michael Jordan, and I had a lot of family in California, and that all kind of compiled together for me to somehow fall in love with Kobe Bryant and essentially become a Lakers fan for life. Kobe Bryant for me was really my first role model, the first person I truly looked up to. I'm old enough to remember a time where there were strip malls that had basketball card shops in them. I guess they had all sports in them, but what was so incredible about it was I have these vivid memories of finding specific Kobe Bryant cards. I remember being a young Lakers fan and my mom adopted liking basketball because I liked basketball, and she became a Spurs fan. She loved Tim Duncan, and I can remember some moments where her and I got very heated. I think Spurs and Lakers fan both alike remember that moment Derek Fisher hit that 0.4 second turnaround shot to win that game in 2004. Safe to say, I got grounded. I ran around the house screaming like a madman, saying the Spurs suck. I got grounded for a week, but honestly, it was so worth it. Unfortunately, then the Lakers lost in the finals, and my mom just kind of laughed at that, and that was just probably way more sweet for her than it was for me. I remember being in high school and I worked at a Toyota dealership, and I had a friend there named Tui. Shout out Tui if you're watching this. And we used to talk about who was better, Kobe Bryant or Tracy McGrady. And one, this is obviously a big compliment to Tracy McGrady because he really was considered to be one of the best players in the league right there with Kobe before his knees gave out. And I remember I would always stand on Kobe. I would be like, dude, Kobe is the next Michael Jordan. He is essentially what Michael Jordan was doing when the league is the greatest. And I've stuck by that argument since then. Remembering the 2012 finals, I have such a vivid memory of game 7 against the Celtics when the Lakers were down like 14 the fourth quarter. I was at my school, Radford University, and we were sitting there in the summer. I remember my best friend was with me at the time, and we went into that fourth quarter, and I can remember him saying, Topher, you might want to just turn this off. I don't know if the Lakers are going to come back by this much against this defense. And that went on to be one of the greatest quarters in freaking, honestly, finals history, if you're a Lakers fan. Dude, 5 championships. He's definitely going to get 6. And then he got Chris Paul. Wait, no, he didn't. But I do remember where I was when Chris Paul got traded to the Lakers. And I do remember where I was when I saw it got negated, because I was broken. Because at that time, Chris Paul was literally doing what basically Luka Doncic was doing. I mean, just carrying an entire team. You know, I guess Luka has Kyrie now. It's a little bit different. Or Jokic, you could say. He was just like that system that just ran everything. He was incredible. And the Lakers were getting him. Anyways. And then, of course, I remember when I landed in Miami in 2013 for Miami Ultra. And when we landed, I remember we got into the hotel and I saw Kobe Bryant was, you know, on that tear of all those 40-point games, just carrying them to the playoffs. And we were watching ESPN Sports Center, which was a thing back then, on mute. So I didn't know what was coming. And I remember seeing him, I was like, oh, he's got a lot of points. And then all of a sudden I saw the injury happen. And that was upsetting. Everyone there was like, oh my gosh, Topher. And I was like, oh man, but that was tough. And then reading that Facebook note, that was intense. And of course, you remember Kobe's last game. That game was truly just the prime example of what Kobe was. I mean, just the most epic, monumental scorer and basketball player there is. I mean, 60 points on his last game to drag them back and win the game in that fashion. I mean, do you remember how hard he was breathing? I mean, you can't watch that now without getting chills. I mean, he was willing the ball into the basket. I've never in my life thought the ball was going to keep going in, because I was like, this guy's so tired. There's no way he can just keep, but he just dug. I mean, it was his last game. There was no deeper he had to ever dig. I mean, oh man, awesome. And of course, I remember when he won an Oscar. I mean, I genuinely cannot believe how quickly Kobe Bryant found success right out. I mean, I can't actually, it's Kobe, but he just right away won an Oscar. Didn't even wait. He had the next Harry Potter series is through Kobe Bryant's businesses, through his creations. Of course, if you were paying attention in those 2 years before Kobe's death, he was becoming the most, I would say, liked person in America, if not the world. I mean, he was becoming the girl dad mascot. He was encouraging people to better themselves. He was using Mamba Mentality in so many aspects. He was partnering with so much. He was partnering with girls basketball. He was with his daughter Gianna. Through them together, they were building that up. I mean, I genuinely believe this, and mark my words, if there's another dimension he doesn't die in that helicopter crash, he is the president of the United States in the next 20 years. I'm not kidding. Kobe Bryant was on that trajectory. Drink your water again. I'll never forget where I was when he passed away. And I mean, I don't want to. Anyways, that sucks. So stupid. He should be alive today. It's so dumb. I don't even want to talk about it because it's so infuriating that he died. And not only, anyways, rest in peace again to him, his daughter, everyone on that helicopter. But the reality is Kobe Bryant is so magnanimous, so amazing. Everything he built, everything he stood on, Mamba Mentality, it's so awesome. It's worth remembering. It's worth making people remember, telling them about it. And that's what we're going to do. We'll never forget Kobe Bryant. We're always going to talk about Mamba Mentality. We're always going to live to build up the legacy he was pushing forward. And it's crazy to think his daughter probably would have been in the NBA almost by now, if not getting close, and she probably would have been rivals with Caitlin Clark. It just, damn it. I would have loved to see Kobe see Caitlin Clark. Seeing Kobe at the Olympics this year would have been, I thought about that a lot at the Olympics. Like, Kobe would have either been there or been tweeting. And I think we should take a second to recognize how strong and powerful his wife and family is. I mean, that speech Vanessa gave the day after, no, it was like a week after, and I was driving back from Charlotte up to my home, and I remember being in the car and I bawled my eyes out. I couldn't believe how, amazing family. And just share your favorite Kobe story in the comments. Tell us what you loved about him. Tell him what was your favorite thing that he ever did. I mean, what do you remember Kobe Bryant for? And as always, hit that subscription button, turn on notifications, go out there and do something great.